Hey, Joe Mastriano, CPA, over 40 years and thousands of successful IRS tax cases. Today, I want to talk about an email I got this morning. It said, "Get game changing tax resolution support." And I started thinking of all the different thumbnails and buzzwords that people say. And think about it, get game changing tax resolution support. By who? Some big national company that hires anybody that they could abuse and pay, $25 an hour and then bill clients $300 an hour for. For years, I warned people only hire a professionally licensed company, a CPA firm, a law firm, or an enrolled agent licensed to practice before the IRS. Once you do that, the next step is to make sure who's working your case because I've got local competitors. If you look at any of my larger companies located in Houston and surrounding area that do IRS representation, you will find that they are offshoots of other companies, or they're still the large company like J.K. Harris, Taxmasters, and Ronnie Deutsch. They could be offshoots of them, or they can be companies such as, I can't even think of the name right now, but if you see a TV ad, then you'll know from that ad. And they're not professionally licensed companies that don't adhere to legal standards, and they become fly by night companies. They change their name. They have a big law budget that they pay attorneys so that they can fight all the complaints they have. And then they get Trustpilot where they fix the complaints or they pay people. And it's ridiculous because I get calls from people. They say, "Hey, you've got a competitor down the street and they have, three salespeople and 12 people doing cases, and they have an A+ rating." And I crack up because I know how phony it is. And I know people that's worked there and I know the owners. So when people try all these ways to get your attention, such as get game changing tax resolution support, you're not going to get anywhere near the level of service that I could personally provide for you, having started my CPA firm in 1980 and doing thousands of cases before I quit counting. And yes, I've kept my rates at only $195 an hour. Can't beat it. And I have proprietary solutions such as cutting payroll liabilities for corporations in half or greater by using the IRS tax code. And yet to this day, nobody's able to tell me in a payment plan, if you're listening and you're in a payment plan, or at least think you are, there's 5 things that need to be done. 2, the IRS have to do, 3, you have to do. And yet no other practitioner has been able to tell me what they are. Now, I'll give you an example. One of them is making your monthly payments on time. If you miss a payment, you'll get a letter from the IRS saying, "No problem, go ahead and double it up the next month." And what the taxpayer doesn't understand is you broke your agreement, you now lost your rights, and they can levy you anytime. And lately, in the last few years, with the new government we have, that hasn't been happening. So you might think that's not a big deal, and maybe it's not, but they're starting to levy now. They're doing crazy, what I think are crooked things now. I could tell you stories about the collection division, the audit division that have not following the rules of the past. And so these things like that will come up again. In fact, I don't know how many, maybe 25% or 35% of people that contact me concerning payment plans hired somebody for X number of thousands of dollars. And what happened? Bam, their paycheck got levied. Or bam, their wife's paycheck got levied. Or their retirement account got levied. Why? Because nobody bothered to make sure the IRS did the two things they have to do, and nobody coached the taxpayer on the three things they have to do. It's really that simple. Call Stephanie 713-774-4467. She'll talk to you for free at first and help you decide the best thing to do in your particular situation. She knows more than most people I know that do IRS representation. Or you can go to my website at www.taxproblem.org. Tax Problem is one word, TAXPROBLEM, taxproblem.org. Thank you.